band shell bandwagon basket case. Bank. Bank on upon. Bankroll. Even the Soviet Union, which has bankrolled serious arsenal, expressed alarm over the spreading violence. Banter. Baptize. Barb. Bear. Barracknackled. Bargain. Bargained. Bark. Barrel. Baron. Barrio basket case. Pounds. Baskin. Baskin. Battalion batting. The average battle fatigue bobble bay bayonet. Beachhead. Beacon be climb be all. And all bear outbeat the dead horse beaten beat up on beauteous. Beckon become cozy so why beat the dead horse. Beautiful. With bedeck bedevil. Culprit cultivation. Cumbersome curb cure all. Curfew curry favor with current curtail. Cut rate curvaceous cussedness. Custodianship. Custody customize cut across cut the figure cut and thrust cut it. Cut corners cut back cut of cut rate C cutter. Cutter cyanide. Czar. Prefect. Primacy prejudice. Prelate. Mine preliminary. Premise. Yes premium P premonition. Prep. Preponderance. Preposterous. Presage. Prescient. Prescribe. Present preservative. Preside press the flesh. Prestige. Preteen prevail. Pricey prickly. Primacy. Primary. Prime rate. Prime interest rate P prime time primordial. Primrose path. Prisoner of conscience. Pristine. Private high probability probe. Procedure procrastination prodigious. Prodigy. Proffer. Proficiency. Profiteer. Profligate. Proforma progenitor. Prospect prognosis. Prohibitive. Proliferate. Prolific. Promiscuity. Promissory note prone promulgation. Pronounced prop. While the central banks succeeded in propping up the dollar for a while, the U.S. trade deficit continued to grow. Prophecy. Proprietary propulsion. Proscribe. Prosecute. Prosecutor prospect. Prospectus. Prostrate. Protectionist protege pro-tempore pro-tempore protocol prototype. Prototypical. Proverbial. Provincial. Provisional. Proviso prowess prowl proximity proxy battle prune pry open. Proxy fight. Psychosis psychotic. Public publicize. Public utility. Puncture public works. Puckishly pugnacious. Pull a rabbit out of a hat pull away. Pull the person's chestnut out of the fire pull off pull out pull over. Pull out pull the plug that on pull oneself. Pulsar together pulverize pump iron pump priming punctilious puncture. New Deal. The new interest rate would puncture the recovery pundit punishing Since Western Europe's auto companies have been hit by soaring costs, punishing interest rates and aggressive Japanese competition punter puppet regime puppet. Purgatory. Puritanical. Purport to. Purveyor. Push around. Push over put a bubble over put a finger on put away. Put down. Bereft victory put on airs put on the REITs. Put salt on put the case put the heat on put up punitive bereft victory. Pitris. Does. Q quackery quadruple quagmire quaint Q qualified. Quandary. Reagan claimed that he had no qualms about the bill quarantine. Quartering quash quasi. Queasiness. In addition to the queasiness stirred, read by Peking's new initiatives, Hong Kong business leaders have quotient another concern the so-called pure psychological barrier querulous quest, query, quibble, quicksand, quid pro quo, quintessential, quintuple, quirky, quixotic, quota quotient. Rabble rouser rabid, racetrack rack. Bracket rack up racy rad radiantly radiology, raffish, a raft of, raid, trail. Against rain barrel raj break. Over the coals rally ram. Ramification rampant, rampart, ramrod ramshackle ram through. He insisted that the 3-year % tax that he rammed through Congress would spark the job creating. Boom rankers /R&D meant research and develop, rank and file the rankle rant she was rankled by Moore's ill-advised interview with Playboy magazine earlier this year. Playboy rapid deployment force rapid deployment force rapid fire rapport. Rapprochement rapt, rare avis rash, rating, ratio, ration, rashine rattle, raucous, ravage, crave, ravenous, raw, material, reactionary realignment, realm, reappraisal. recolored port Mearsalter rear admiral rebel rebellion, rebound, rebuff, rebuke rebuttal, recalcitrance, recalcitrant, recede, receivership receptor, recipient, reciprocity, RECKON, reconcile, reconnaissance satellite reconnoiter recoup, recourse, recruit, rectitude, rectory recolored port, Mearsalter recuperate, recuperate recurrence, recurrent, red carpet, red-handed redeem, redemption, redemptive, red herring red hot redoubt, redoubtable redound on, reduce reek of real reenact referendum refinery refract regal regime, regiments, register, regulation, reign, remnant reimbursement, reinstate reinvigorate. Savings should go toward reign, vigorating existing steel plants reiterate, regenerate, rejoinder rejuvenation, rekindle, relax into, relate to, though release relentless reliant relief works relinquish, remarkable, reminiscence, remission knowledge ilgut, remnant remote, renal, rendition renegade renegon, preparation repeal reparent repercussion, replenish, replete with replication, DNA, repression, reprisal, reprise, repudiate repugnant, repulse, reputation requisition, rescind, rescheduling, resuscitate. That decision was later rescinded, but the U.S. military presence in Asia reached its lowest point since World War II. Reservation, residue resilient, res-and-8, resort to respite resoundingly resplendent, restitution, rested, restored, restrained, restrictive, resume resurrect resuscitate, retail, retain, retaliation, retaliatory tariff reticence, retinue, retool, retoward retract, retreat retrenchment, retreat retribution, retroactive retrofit revamp, revel in revenue reverberate, yes, revere revitalize revocation. There would be no revocation of CBA revolving door cabinet. Ryder met with Moscow, and no delay in arms control talks review revulsion, rev up rhapsodize about. The president felt outrage and revulsion over the murders rhetorical ricochet, ride high, ride out. Rate out budget surpluses will help Indonesia ride out the current Rex, Zion Rider, ridicule rife for gay right-of-way riggers, rig up, ring hollow riot, rip down, rip off repost rip roaring risk. Now Americans like to go home after a hard day's work and play a rip-roaring game of PAC Man or chart their biorhythms on a home computer. Keywords to read time, Newsweek. Auxiliary at odds, the at point-blank range, at stake, the atmospheric subtone for atrocity atrophy attaché. Attempted attribute, nutrition attuned to audacity augur. Iran's intransigent stand toward negotiations augurs more death and destruction. August. Austere, austerity, authoritarian, autonomous, autonomy, auxiliary, avert AB added for avionics of vowel avuncular wax. Airborne warning and control SYS. Tem MB awash in, arrive ax, the axis. Be bot remain, hof bad RB main hof babbling, backbencher backbiting back down, back off back out of back wage. Several Israeli newspapers in Jerusalem accused him of backing down in the face of violence. Back down Ulin backdrop backfire, go back flip, go backhand, backlash, backlog backpedo, backslider back to back, backtrack backwash backwater bad loan bad mouth, baffle, baggy, bagment bailiwick bailout loan bait, balance of payments balk at, balky, ball, ballyhoo bommy aloni, aside arduous, Argo, Armageddon, arms control arm twisting. One thing the administration was determined not to do was exert any arm twisting on Khomeini / army arousal, ear twisting arsenal. Artery, articulate, artifact ASAT, anti-satellite interceptor ascent, ascetic, an association of Southeast Asian nations aside. Keywords to read time, Newsweek askew, asphyxiate assail, assault. Assembly line G assets, assiduous, associate, assuage assumption astern, asturb, astounding, astrogeologist astrophysicist astute. Asylum as with, be at bay, at a person's behest at one's elbow, at every turn, at first blush at hand be at it. Megabuck, meld, melee. mellow out. Membrane myth memento menace menial mention mercenary mercurial merger. His mercurial personality worsen, fed conflicts. Mesmerize a mess of pottage netted for methodical meticulous. Os metal, methadine, microbe, microcosm, middleman, mythemy value. Milieu mill around mill right mimic mince one's words, mind-boggling deep mindset mind, stretching minefield, minimalist, minimize, minion. Minister to minuscule mire misdeed, misdemeanor, d, misfit, missive, mitm IDIM Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Ministry of National Trade and Industry. Money Market Fund mitigate, Honed mob mock-up mod, Model T modicum modified, modus vivendi mogul. Molder, mole molecule molestation, mollified molotov. Cocktail molten, momentous, monetize, money market, fund, and moniker. Moniker, monocled monogamous, monogrammed monolithic, mononucleosis monotheism moonbeam moorings, moot mop of morass moratorium morbid motories, moribund, moros, mortal, mortgage mortified, mortuary, mothball, muscle-bound motley, mount-mounted royal cana, mutt Diane mounted police mucus brain mucus muddle, muddle through muddy, mudslinging, mugger, mugging, muggy, XM mull over, multi-stage multitude, mundane, murky, muscle-bound, and muscle in. Like a weightlifter who spends too much time in the gym, the US dollar has become muscle-bound. Muscle in mushy mustard gas, musty, mutant mutilation mutinous, mutiny, mutual, muzzle, MX myasthenia mobile intercontinental ballistic missile and nader, nail-biting, naivete. Namesake narco-dollar narcotic nascent, National Security Council Natalie, nausea, naysayer nebulous neck and neck needle nebbish nefarious. Another Italian investigations promised additional proof of Bulgaria's nefarious activities and negate. Negligible, nemesis neophyte, nephritis nerd, nerve gas nerve-wracking, nerve nest net nettlesome, neuron nerve neutron start nibble nicety, nicotinic acid B, nignog, nimble nitpick, nitty-gritty, normalize nicks, then noblesse oblige no frills, no great, shakes no holds, barred, non-aligned, foreign policy non-com non-commissioned officer non-committal, none too soon, non-perform, non-plus. Nook and cranny news, NORAD North American Air Defense MD normalize, nose cone, and nose count nose to the grindstone nostrum notch, notorious notwithstanding NOVICE, no win, noxious, NSC nuclear deterrence, National Security Council nucleus, nudge, nuke, nullify, number cruncher numbing, numerical nuncio, nutty nuts and then bolts nutty, RUOT, own, OASOAU obdurate obliterate obnoxious obscene organization of American states asterisk organization of African unity, obscenity obscure obsession, obsolete, obstacle, obstreperous, obviate, oceanography octogenarian oddity, odd job man odds, ominously, odds and ends, odds on favorite odyssey OECD Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development offbeat, offhandedly office holder, offset offshoot offstage, off the cuff off the hook off the rack, off the shelf, of old, of sorts, old line oligarchy, olive drab OMB Office of Management and Budget ominously, omniscient, omnibus, on balance, on a person's coat tails on deck on one's feet, on hand on hold beyond one's mind on target, on tender hooks, on the back burner on the block on the brink of on the fritz, on the front burner on the go on the heels of on the job, one up on the level, on the loose beyond the outs on the pretext of, on the road on the ropes on the side, lines on the side of, the angels on the skids on the way out oncology one-on-one onerous one up. Asian companies are relatively free from the high taxation and onerous regulations that shackle many Western firms onslaught. Jews, COPC Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries opposite page, opposite editorial page open door, open-ended, open house operative. ophthalmic optimal, optimize, optometrist opulence ****** orbit orchestrate ordeal order of the day. The outgrowth ornery orthopedic social occupational safety and health adminis, otration ossification ostensible, ostentatiously, osteopathic, lochu host politic ouster, out and out, outback, burst, outcast, outclass, outcrop, outcry, outdistance, outfight, outfit, outflank, outgrowth, outgun, outlaw, outlet, outmaneuver, outmoded, out of a hat, out of one's depth, out of hand. At least they haven't rejected our proposals. Out of hand, out of harm's way, out of pocket, out of step, out of the blue, out of the way, out of the woods, be out of touch with, out of whack, outperformed, output, overtax, outsmart, outspokenly, outstanding, share, outstrip, oval office, oval room, oval overgraze, overhang, overkill, overlay, overbearing, overblown, overcast, overdue, overmint, overpass, overpower, overrun, overriding, overshadow, overshoot, overstate, overtax, go over the counter, over the OTC, counter, over the low edge, over the moon, overthrow, overtone, overture, overwrought, go allegiance, paste setting, package, packed, pad, painstakingly, pagan, palatable, palatial, pale. Still, the Thatcher government's problems pale in comparison with those facing Argentina. Alimony, palimony, palled, error, palliative, pallid, palpable, paltry, pamper, panacea, panacea, pandemic, pandemonium, panicky, panoply, pantheon, papier-mâché, papilloma, pack, test, paradigmatic, paragon, parallel, processing, paramilitary, paramount, paramours, paranoid, paraphernalia, paraquad, parasitic, parcel, out, parchment, pare down, pass the buck to. They have pared down their debts parenthetically, pariah, parish, park in Parkinson's disease, parlance, parley, parlos, parochial, paroxysm, periparson, pateka, particle, passbook, pass along, be passing, pass the buck, to pass through, patchwork, patently, pathetic, pathology, patrician, patriotism, patron, pave the way, for, payoff, payroll tax, peasnick, peel, peanut, peat, bog, pedagogic, pedal, pedigree, pegged. President Mitterrand was warned by his advisers that the feeble French franc's pegged level within the European monetary system could no longer be defended on. Pet talk, world currency markets, pellet, pell-mell, pelt with, penchant, pan and penetrate, penitence, Pennsylvania Avenue, penny, antique, pent up, penurious, peon, pep, peppery, pet rally, pet talk, per capita, perennial, perfidy, perfunctory, peril, peripatetic, periphery, periscope, perishable, perjury, perquisite, perk up, permutation, pernicious, perpetrate, perquisite, per southeast, persecute, perseverance, persistent, perspective, perspire, pertinent, pertly, perturb, phase. Nakasoni's life has rushed by at a frantic pace, which seems not to perturb him at all. Peru's perversity, pesky, pestered. The biggest factor contributing to Jerry Brown's defeat in the Senate race was the flaky image that pestered, said him like the persistent medfly pestilence, pet, petition, phalanx, phantom, pharmaceutical, phase out. Phase out, Ph.D. Doctor of Philosophy 5 Beta Kappa, phlegmatic, phony, pick off, pick up the gauntlet, pick up the tab, picky, piddling, piecemeal, piggyback, pig-headed, pigmented, pile for, deep pilfer, village, pin down, pinnacle, pin on, placate. He has reached the pinnacle of national power. Democrats everywhere are seeking to pin the blame for double-digit unemployment squarely on Reagan. Pinstripe or pipe dream, peak, be peaked, with pirate. Pete against pitch in, pithy, pittance, pixel. Prozac, placate, placebo, plague, plain clothes, police, plaintiff, plaintively, platform, platoon, plausible, play along with, play down, play into one's hands, playoff, play up, plebiscite, pledge, plenum, pliant, ply, plod, pocket, veto, plow back into, ploy, pluck, plucky, plug in, plumb, plummet. When that happens, the stock price usually plummets, plunge, plunk down, plurality, plush, numeritis, pocket, veto. point blank be poised to. Israeli forces were poised to advance into the heart of Beirut. Poke fun at poke one's nose in pokey ball. Politician polarize. Polemic. Police. Politburo politis. Politic political. Politeness. Prisoner polling booth. Polyglot. Pop into pour over pork. Cause minute cost. Court astronaut. Cod coterie. Couch. Count. Countenance. This crisis has created a widespread impression in the Arab world that the U.S. countenanced this Israeli action. Counteract. Counterfeit. Counterintel. Legends. Countermand. Counterpart. Counterweight. Coup d'etat. Courier. Court. See courtesy. Courtesy. Court-martial. Courtship. Cover ground. Covering fire. See covert. Covet. Covey. Cow. Cower. Oily. Cozy. Up to CPI. Crack. Crack. Down. Consumer Price Index. Crack down on. Crack up. Cracker jack. Craggy. Cramp. Cramped. Crane. Crank up. Criterion. Crash. Crave. Crave. Reagan craved details on every problem. Craze. Crazy. Quilt. Creek. Creaky. Cream. The Hog. Credence. Credential. Credibility. Credit rating. Credo. Creed. Crenellate. Crest. Crimp. Searing. Sea. Cringe. Crisis. Crisscross the globe. Criterion. Criteria. See critical breaks. Critical breaks. Crony. Crook. Crew. Hay. Crop of. See crop up. Crop. Dusting. Cross. Crouch. Crow. Crowd out. Crude oil. Cruise missile. Crumble. Crunch. Crux. That has been the crux of the Middle East problem since cryptic cryptography. Cuddy hole. Culmination. Culpable. Juggle. Jet set. Jetty. Jewish anti-defamation. The league job with jingoistic jitter. Jobber. Jog. Jockey. Jar. Jocular. Jolly. Jolt. Jostle. Job. Joust. Jovial. Jubilant. Judaic. Judiciary. Judicious. Juggernaut. Juggle. Jumble. Jumble. Jump jet. Junkie. Unta h vinta. Jurisdiction. Just so jud. JC. Irreparable. Irrepressible. Itch to irrevocability. Irrigation. Irritant. Itch to. Jab. Jade. Jab one's finger at jackass. Jack up. Jade. Jag. Jagged. Jailer. Jam. Jangled. Jar. Jarring. Jawbone. Jazzy. Jeer. Jeopardize. Jeopardy. Jesus. Freak. Jet lag. Scant. Sanguine. Sanity. Sat. High wages and low investment have sapped their country's economic strength. Sapper. Sardonic. Sartorial. Sattered. Savagery. Savant. Savings bond. Savior. Savvy. SBS. Scab. Scaffold. Scalding. Scale down. Scalp. Scalpel. Scalper. Scam. Scant. Satellite business systems. Scapegoat. Scapegoat. Scathing. Scavenge. SCHEME. Schismatic. Schizopsoidish. SCIFI. Schizophrenic. School marm. Science fiction. Science. Scoff. Scoop up. Scotch. Scotch. Scour. Scourge. Scout car. The FBI was called in to scour Lorton. FBI. Scout. Scowl. Scramble. Scrap. Scrape. Rustle up. Run afoul of. They must avoid running afoul of the U.S. ban on the sale of certain high-technology products. Run aground. Run amok. Car. Run the show. Run to run up a bill. Run up against. The exporting industries are like light to run up against growing protectionism in the industrialized world. Run down. Run in. Runner up. Ruptures. Rustle up. Saber rattler. Sabotage. Saboteur. Sack. Safe conduct. Sacrosanct. Sang saga. Salient ID. The Secretary took his policy review group to the White House to explain the salient details of Middle Eastern geopolitics. Alive test. Salvo sanction. Rivalry. Drive. Roundly roadblock. Rome roaring. He repeatedly insisted that the economy would come roaring back into spring robust. Our rock bottom prices rock the boat. Royal roll a prom home rose-colored roster. Reserve officers training corps. ROTC rotor rough hewn. Roughneck. Rough up. Roundly. Round the clock. Round the clock. Round up. In the widespread efforts to round up drunken drivers, more and more motorists are being confronted with the blood alcohol testers are rousing road. Rowdy. Row upon row. Rub shoulder. With rubber stamp. Ruckus. Rudiment. Ruffle. Ruffle feathers. Rugged. Rule of thumb. Rump. Rumble. Run. On kangaroo. Cockput. Keep afloat. Keep at bay. Keep one's counsel. Keep tabs on. Keep track of. Keister. Key decay. Keister. Keister. Italy's long-standing plan to diversify away from imported oil is keyed to increased natural gas supplies. Kibbutz. Kibbutznik. kick around, kickback, kicker, kick in a kick in, the teeth, kidnapping, killing, kilter, kingpin, kidnap, knee jerk, knockoff, knoll, not naughty, coop, kremlinologist, docile, labyrinthine, lackadaisical, lackluster, laconically, locosis, nostra, ladies man, lagoon, laid-back, laissez-faire, lamb-based, lame duck, lance, corpo, row, landfill, landslide, languid, languish, lanky, lap, bonds to head time, NDWSWELR, lapse, largest, lash out against, lassitude, last ditch, last straw, late summer, latent, latissimus dorsi, latitude, laud, launch, launder, laxness, one's arms laid down, lay one's hands on, lay it on the line, lay low, acquiescence, acquisition of, quick, acrid, adolescent, acrimonious, acronym, act out, GATT, general agreement on tariffs and trade, in manly, adaptation, ADB, add up to object, Asian Development Bank. This would add up to a reduction of only $billion, adapt, adhere to, adjacent, adjunct, adolescent, adoptee, adoptee, adoptive parents, adorn, adrenal, adroitly, adulation, adulterate, adventurism, adversary, adversary, aegis, burial, aerodynamics, aerospace, affable, affiliation, afflict, affluent, AFL-CIO, American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations, after a fashion, afterglow, aftermath, alarmist, agenda, the aggravate, aggrieved, agility. AT&T was a monopoly coddled giant without the agility needed to compete in free markets. AT&T, agonizing, agrarian, aid, packaged aid, memoir, edit, game, war, AIDS, Casey, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, ailment, airwaves, airborne, alacrity, alarmist, JJOD, keywords to read time, Newsweek, albeit, alderman, alias, alienate, all manner of, be all the, rage, all told, all out, all purpose, all terrain, all time, part-time, late, allegation, alleged, Israeli officials blamed alleged distortions by the press for the country's image problems, alleviate, alliance, ally, falter, anathema, alteration, altitude, see, alumnus, disease, alumni, Alzheimer's, amalgam, ambiguity, ambivalence, ambush, amenable, miss with ammo, ammunition, amortize, amount to, anathema. Either Reagan White House is more amenable to mergers than the past few administrations. The notion of a tax increase is a keywords to read time, Newsweek. Keywords to read time, Newsweek, anchorman, ancillary, anathema to Reagan's political advisors, anchorperson, phonemic, aneurysm, new angel, anglophobia, angst, animosity, annexation, annihilate, annotate, annual growth rate, annuity, anomalous, anomaly, anorectic, anorexia, antecedent. Perfect peace is achieved into places only in the grave and at the aplomb typewriter. Perfect peace has no historical antecedents and therefore no practical meaning in this world. Antibiotic, antibody, anticlimax, anti-dumping law, anti-nuclear stand, anti-Semitism, antithesis, antithetical, antitrust law, apace, apartheid, apathy, aphorism, aplomb, the apocalyptic, red time, Newsweek, the apocalyptic, the apocryphal, apostolic, appalling, aperchick, appease, apparent, court appraisal, appraiser, appreciate, depreciate, apprehension, see, apprise of, appropriate, appropriation, approval, appurtenance, apt, parable, arbiter, arcane, archaeology, archetypal, archly, arch-rival, cordon, contreton, contrive, controversy, convalesce, convene, conventional, convergence, conversion, convite, convivial, convocation, convoluted, convulsive. Reagan's convulsive acts come from nothing more than prejudice inspired by ideology. Cook, cool, code, opt, copycat, cordon, see, corneal, corner, cornerstone, corniche, cornucopia. C. With a cornucopia of natural resources, Australia can almost certainly overcome its current woes. Corollary, coronary, corporal, corporate tax, corral, corroborate, corrupt, corruption, cortege, Cortez, cosmetic, cosmic, commit, common market, concoct, bec, commotion, commute, c, compatible, compendium, compensate, complacency, complementary, composite, compound, comprise, compulsory, computeries, comrade, concede, conception, concern, concession, conciliate, conciliation, Concoct. The U.S. Special Envoy and leaders of Lebanon sought desperately to see concoction. Concoct a truce, concoction, concomitant, concurrently, concussion, condemn, condescend, condone. The Arab nations still believe the U.S. condoned the Israeli invasion. Conductivity, confederacy, confetti, confine, confiscate, conflagration, conflict, confluence, confound, confraternity, consternation, confrontation, conglomerate, congruent with, conical, conjecture, conjure, connoisseur, conquistador, conscript, consent, decree, conservation, consolation, prize, consort, consortium, conspicuous, conspiracy, conspirator, constabulary. Consternation. To the consternation of his lips, Tetners, Weinberger insisted, "We are not leaving Lebanon." See constituency. Constituency, constituent, see constituent, assembly, constitute, construe, consumer price, consummate, contagious, contain, contaminate, contemplate. Contentious, ness. Contingency, contingent, continuancy, ontort, contour. Contraband, contraction, contraption, contravene, grasp the narrow grass roots. Grind to a halt, the grating, greatest, gratuitously, a gray area, gray power, Great Depression, Great Society. Pounds, Johnson. G. Greenback. Green card, green light, gregarious, grib, grill room, grimy. Grind to a halt. Life in the city ground to a virtual halt. Gringo gripe about. Managers gripe about a lack of collaboration in planning. Grizzly, grit one's teeth, grizzled. G. Groom, groundling, ground to air, surface to air, grouse, grove, groveling, grub, grubby, grudging, grueling, gruesome, gruff. Pound out pork barrel, portend, portent, portentous. Portfolio, posh, posit, position, posterior. Postmortem, postulate, posture, pod, potable, potent, pother, pothole, podshot. Pound out. The bipartisan Kissinger Group, the White House hopes, will pound out a working consensus on Central American policy. Power broker. POWER broker. Powered house, France, precarious, precedent, precept, precinct, precipice. Precipitate, preference, preclude, predicament. Predilection, predispose, to predisposition, preeminence, preempt, preemptive attack, strike, green. Intriguing, Internal Revenue Service, IRS, international high seas, open sea waters, internecine, earnest, interplanetary, interrogation, intervene, intervention, list, in, test, in, intimidate, intone, intoxication, intractability, intramural, intransigent, intravenous, intrepid, intriguing. Across China, the old ways and the new Western methods have created an intriguing experimental mix. Intruder, invade, inveigle, into, inventory, adjustment, ratio, investigate, investiture, investment, inveterate, invidious. Irish Republic and Army, irascible, irate, hierarch, iron out, irradiate. The details need to be ironed out in future meetings. Bolt, bluff, blunder, blunderbuss, blunt, bluster, vinaigrette, Bainbury, bob, body politic, dickod, bodvola, bog, down, jetbuckle, boil down, boilerplate, boisterous, bowl, weevil, bolster, bolt. The party was preparing to bolt the government. Be bombast, bombast, bombshalbona, fighty, be bonanza, bone dry, be booked, solid, boomerang, boon, bearishness, boost, booster, boot camp, booty, booze, / born again, born out of wedlock, botch, bottle, bottom line, bottom out. Bobbed, the economist doubted whether the economy had bottomed out at all. Boulder, 8. Prime, abate, abdicate, the beam, aberrant, abet, abhorrent, to abide, abiding, abjure, ablaze, able-bodied, ABM, anti-ballistic missile, abode, abolished, abomination, abort, abound, about face, abrasive, abreast, the abscond, the absenteeism, absolve, abstain, abstinence, abstruse, abuse, abut, abuzz, abyss. Accede, accentuate, accession, accessories, accolade, accomplice, accord, accredit, accrue, acerbic acid test. He received an extremely acerbic reaction when he paid a courtesy visit to Congress, acknowledged, bizarre, blab. Blight, black gold, be blacked out, black type, blade, bland, blandly, blared, blase, blazy eye, blandishment. Having seen governments come and go in the past years, Italians are pretty blasé about their politics. Blasphemous, blast, blatantly bleeding, blemish, a blessing in disguise. Blight, blindfold, blindfold, blink, be blistered, blistering, blithely, blitz, blitzkrieg, bloated. The company drastically trimmed bloated employment roles. Block, blockage, blockbuster, old module, bloodbath, bloodshed, bloody hell, block, blowout, blue chip, blue pencil. Big gun, confident that, with or without SPE-style government action, they can best the Japanese bestial, bestow, beyond, reproach, Bible Belt, BIBLIOPHILE, bid. Bitter fundamentalism by ones. Time Beard by Forkel, Big Bang, Big Board, Big Brother. The George Orwell was Big Gun, big name. Big name, biggie, biga, big stick, bigotry, big ticket, billing, billow. Binary, binge, biochemist, biopsy, bitch, bite into. Bite off more than one, can't you bite the bullet. Bite one's tongue, bivouac. Bellows, bedraggle, bedrock, beef dip. Many recession-battered firms in such bedrock industries as mining, steel and autos suffered stunning losses. Beetle proud, befault, befit, beg off. Beget, beguiling, behead, behemoth, be beholden, to. Belatedly, beleaguer, belie, belittle. Bellows, be bellwether. Sewing, bemoan, bemuse, benchmark, beneficiary, belly up, belt tighten, benevolent. Benign, bent, be bent on, big numpy queen, to be bereaved, be bereft of, the and beseech, to. Beset, besmirch, bespeak, bespectacled, bespoke, best. Many other chip makers are ubiquitous. Ubiquity, ulceration, ultraconser, native, ultra hip, umpteenth, unabashedly, unanimous, unbeknown, unblinking, unbuttoned, uncanny, unceremony, usly, uncharted, unclaimed, obisu, unconscionable. UNCTA, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Underbelly, undercover, undercut, underdog, underdurus, underemployed, underfire, underlight, underling, undermanned, undermine, underthing. Underwraps, undeterred, undoing ones, unearthed, unequivocal, unfathomable, unfazed, unfetcher, unflagging. Turnaround, trade union, Congress. Tubular, tuck away, tug of war, tumbled. The price of cities service co stock tumbled last week. TUMOR, tumult, turbulent, turf, turmoil, turn away, turn on the heat, turn sour, turn the tables, turn up one's nose at, turnabout, turn around, turncoat, tweedy, twinge, twist, two-fisted, two-pronged, treason, trailblazer, trail off into, trait, traitor, trajectory, tramp, trample, tranquil, transfusion, transgression, transgressors, transitional, transplant, transponder. Trashy, treadveil, traverse, treacherous. For now, most chip makers are prospering, but the semiconductor business remains treacherous. Treason, tremor, trendy, trepidation, tribulation, tributary, trifling. Trigger, trinity, trinket, triptych, trip up over, trivia, trouble, shooter through, drowns, troop, truancy. Truant, officer, attendance, truce, officer, ceasefire, truculent, truncheon, trustbuster. Scrappy, secreto, scratched for scrawny, screen, screw up, scrimp, scruffy. Scruple, scrupulously, scrutinize, scuffle, scurrilous, scurry, scuttle, sea change. Sealed off, sears, seasoned, SEC. Securities and Exchange Commission, second strike, secretion, secretive, sectarian, securities, security clearance, security, the council, sedative, sedentary, sediment, seductively, city, seat, segregation, seat with C's. On selective service, self-determination, self-effacing, self-esteem, self-examination, self-inflicted, self-made. Insurgent, inquiry, insatiable, inscribe, inscription, inscrutable, insignia, insinuate, insolent, insolvent, instigate. The Arab world would interpret American silence as a sign that the U.S. may have helped to instigate the violence. Instill, institution, institutional, investor, institutional, size, insular, insurgent. Intact, integral, integrated, intensive care, ICU unit, intent on interbank, intercom, interdict, interest, bearing, securities, interferon. The sea routes between Soviet ports and Southeast Asia are easily interdicted. Interim, interlock, interlocutor, interlude, interminably. Indictment, indigenous to indigestion, indignantly, indignation, indiscriminate, infection, indispensable, in droves, inducement, indulgence. Industrial goods, ineffable, ineligible. Inact, inaptitude, hognite, inequity, inevitability, inexorable, inexplicably, inextricable. INF, intermediate range nuclear force, infallibility, infantile, infantry, infatuation, infection, infectious. Diseases, infectious diseases, inferno, infect, infidel, infidelity. Inflammation, inflated, infrared, infuriating, ingenious, ingrained, ingredient, ingratiating. Inherit, inhibit, inject, iniquity, injunction, inmate, innards, innocuous, innuendo, inordinate, in-house. Incense, in lieu of, be in office, in place, in point, in retrospect, in shape, in spades, in spots, in store. In tandem, in the cards, in the whole, in the main, in the money, in the nick of time, be in the throes of, in the wake of, in the wings, in vote, inaugural, in built, built in incense. Incentive, incentive, incessant, inch. The purchasing power of the dole, lard, actually inched fractionally up, ward, inchoate, incinerator, incisive, incite, incongruous, inconsequent, tile, incredulity, increment, incriminate, incumbent, incurred, incursion, indebtedness, indelible, indentured, index. Implant, immaculate, immerse, imminent, immune, to, from, impairment, impartiality, impasse. Such an impasse will leave the industry vulnerable to a strike after August. Impassive, impede, impel, impending, impenetrable, / imperious. Balloons, benign, impersonate, impersonation. Bull, imperturbability, impervious, impetus, impinge, implacable, implant. Implausibility, implausibility, implement, implicate, implicit, implore, implosive, impose, imposing, impregnable. Imprimatur, impromptu, impropriety, improvise, in a bind, in a flash, in cahoots, within cold blood, be in one's element, be in form, in force, in full crime, in hot hype. Hysterectomy, the narcotics trade is proving to be hydra-headed. As soon as one area is cleared, another opens up. Hyperbole, hypertension, hypochondria, hypodermic geoid, hypothesized hysterectomy, HIB, Hardy, ICBM, ICE, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Intercontinental ballistic missile, iconoclast, ideologue, idiosyncrasy, idiosyncratic, idolidal, idyllic, ignominious, ignominia, ignoramus, ill at ease, illicit, ill-started, mom, imbalance, imbroglio, imbue with IMF, International Monetary Fund. Foul, own, dud, honor, hooch, hook up, hooligan, hoopla, hooray, hoot, horn rimmed, horrendous, horseshoe, you horse trading, ibnet, hostage, hostile, hot shot, house of representatives, shall's rest, household day, house of cards, hover, dowel, house cleaning, hubbub, hubris, hugster, huddle, hued, huff and puff, hullabaloo, hull, hum along, humanitarian, humble, hum, rum, hum, hunch, hungover, hunkered down, hurl oneself at hurtle, hustings, hustler, hydra-headed, hydra, hogwash, high flyers, hijinks, high noon, high profile, high roller, high sounding, high strung, high water, mark, high wire, hindsight, hinge on his hitch, hit it off, hit or miss, cue block, hit the dirt, hit the road, horde, hoax, hobble, hodgepodge, hogwash, hoi polloi, hoist, hold back, hold on to, hold out, hold one's own. The technological prowess of IBM and Western Electric makes it almost certain that the U.S. will be able to hold its own in the semiconductor contest. IBM, hold the line, hold up, head, hole in one's home, free, homely, homestead, homophobia, hellraiser, haystack, haywire, headlong, head off, head on, head start, heady, heartburn, heartland, heat, hints a lot, thing heaven sent, heavy-handed, heckle, hectic, hedge, heat, hefty, hegemonistic, hegemony, superpowered, heinous, hair apparent, hell-bent, hellraiser, hiluva, ham and haw, hematologist, hemophiliac, hemorrhage, henchman, hepatitis B, feral, herbicide, hereditary, heresy, herfindal, index, hermetically, herpes, heuristics, hue to, heydays, hiatus, hide out, highfalutin, higher resolution TV, highfalutin, hard-pressed, hang about, hanger, hanging, hang in the balance, hang on, hang out, hapless happenstance, harangue harassment, harbor, hardball, hardcore, hard-edged, load H hard-eyed, hard hat, hard-headed, hard-hitting, hard line, bag home ad audience hard-nosed, hard-pressed, hard-scrabble, hard sell, hard back to, harness harp on harrowing has been hash out hat in hand haughty H hall haunting ot haven have on edge. Mubarak is not going hat in hand to the Arabs. Over, have over a barrel have the edge. Over have to one's name. H habeas corpus, hack, hackle half need, haggard, haggle over, hail, hair-raising hair's breadth. H hair triggered, halcyon, half-measured hallmark hallowed, halt, halting. Hero walked so haltingly that half-fisted. Reagan, only 10 years younger, had trouble slowing his own stride enough to stay in step half-fisted. Hand, said hammer away at hamper. H hand grenade handicap hand me down. Hand out hand over, hand picked hands down, hands off in Hong Kong. The government's hands-off attitude has allowed the economy to expand chaotically. Vague going concern. Some people are always glued to their television sets of gluttonly, glove, gnawing, go about goat. There is gnawing concern that telephone service will suffer. Go ahead, go all out, go broke go by the board go for. After all, the company did go broke. When I heard about this, I went for it go. Vague going concern rep words to read time. Newsweek go out of one's way. So go out of one's way go public go to any. Go under go up in smoke oh gobble of length go to into the street. God send, go for, gold brick, alive G goof up GOP pouch out grand old parties. Grace period graft, grandiloquence, grandiose grand jury. Grand juror, petty jury granulocyte. Shy away from shoot from, the hip shoot the moon shoot up shop worn short up be shorn of short change. Shortfall shot in the arm shove, yes, showbiz, show business show down really shrink from shroud shrug off shun to shut down shuttle diplomacy. Shy away from SONDs to read time, Newsweek signpost sign up silver linings emoji sign up cure sibling sidekick sidetrack sidle up to sift through. Single-minded, ness singles bar. Sinister, sink or swim sitcom sizable size of situation comedy sizzling skein, skeletal, skepticism, skewed, skip scheme, skim police, shake up sell off, sellouts Emil conductor seminal, Semitic senate sensual, separatist Sephardic Jews Septuaginarian sequestered, sequestration, setback setf, simport, set out settle the score, set out severance pay, sexology shackle shady shakeout. OM shake up shalom. Shalom. Shambo, share, shatter, sheaf, shed sheepish sheikdom. Sheik yes shalaking, shell game, shelled out banana gam shepherd sheite ship off shirkershal shock wave shoddy shoestring shoe in. Yes skim on skinhead skipper skirmish skirt skittish. Slicker skullduggery, skulk, skyrocket slack, slacker, slam underscore slam bang. Slap on the wrist slapstick slap with flash slate sleek sledgehammer slide of, hand sleuth. Slicker, slickly, slight, sling, slippage slip through one's fingers a sliver slush, slugging match, sluggish slumber slush fund backslash slide. Smallpox smart money, smattering. Backslash smear s smithereens, smitten, smokestack, smudge, smuggling snafu. Situation normal all fucked snag. Socialite snap out, snappish, snappy, snap up, snare, snatch 4-pace snide sniff at disilos snipe at snob snoop, honest low asnort snub snuff out, snubness exobi. Sobriety test sobrit cave socialite, son of a bitch, sociopath. Sociopath sodium soft spot, backslash soft liner soft pedal sobbiness soggy sojourn, solid silicate. The dollar has also been pushed up by the sogginess of foreign econ, homie solidarity, yes, solitaire somber, so gnarl, soothsayer sophisticated, soporific, sorty, sought after, soul searching, sound. Spiel, IGA sound off, sound out sounding sour on spanking sparse spat a spate of, spatter spawn, speak volume spearhead. Specimen, spectoge speckler off, spectre, speech impediment, spellbind, spell out. Spendthrift, spiel spiffy, spiffy. Spike spin, spine spin off. Spirit splinter, spoil be spoiling, for spoil sport, spoof. Spook, sporadic sport, spot market. Scab spotter, spout, spread spree ide, a sprinkling, of spurious, sputtered, squaddle squalid. Squander square off, squeak through squelch squire squirm, scab. Congress made the kind of final stab at reducing those deficits in an effort to return some stability to the econ. Stabilize, stabilize stagnation. Then I stayed, stairwell stake out blight up of stalactite stalemate stalwart. Stamp, stampede, stanch, stand. In West Beirut, Arafat tried to galvanize his forces for a last stand. Stay in line, stand clear of stand on, one's own 2 feet stand pat on, stand off stand out, staple, star spangled. Start strategic arms reduction talks stash away statecraft, static, statistician statute stay off status quo the. PD stay in line stay on the sidelines stay on the sidelines. Stay put stay the hell, out of their steel the show stealthy steamroller steamy, steel oneself. For fats, steely steer clear of, stem. The drop in interest rates has stemmed the tide of bankruptcies among debt-burdened companies. Stench step down, step on step up. Stockpile sterile, sterling stethoscope stewardship, stick by one's guns stick one's neck out, stick up for, stick with, sticker price, stick up. Stiff, stifle, stigma. Stillborn, stimulate, stingy, sting. Stint. Stipend, stock SDG, stockholder stock in, trade stockpile stocky. Stocky, stodgy, stonewall stooge stop at nothing to stop short of, stop gap, story. Straddle strap strain to, straight lacked. Stranded stranglehold, strapped stratagem. Department stores are combating the success of off-price stores with several stratagems. Strive strategy, straight, streak, streamline strew. Stricken, stricture, strident, strife strike, strike a. Balance strikeout striking string stringent. The most stringent cost cutter is Chrysler, which has cut its workforce from, to about, since. Stripe strive, strong box. Strong box, stronghold, strongman, struggle for, be stuck with, studiously, stuff with stuff with stuffy. Stumbled on stump speaker, stunt, stupefy. Stymie suasion, subatomic, subdued, subgroup. Subject to, subjugate. Sublimate, subliminal salt gas submarine, tender submersible, subpoena sub rosa, subservient, subsidiary subsidize, subsidy subsume. Subterfuge, SUBTLE, subtlety, suburbia subvert, successor succinct nakewise succumb, suck eggs, sucker. Soothe, suffice, suffuse, sulphurous sulk, sullen sully. Summarily summation, sumptuous, sun-drenched supercomputer. Superconductor superficial, SS supergiant star superlative, supernova supersede supplant superpowered, the supplicant suppress, supremacy. Supreme the court surcharge. Sure-footed, surge, surmise, surplus, surreptitiously, surveillance, susceptible, suture svelte swagger. Swamp swamp swap swatch swap swade and, swear and sweep. Sweepstake, sweet crude. Swerve, swinger swipe, swoon, swoop down on swoop up. Sycophant sylvan. Symbiosis symptom, symptomless, synapse synthetic fuel synfuel synthesis, syphilis. T-tab, table, tabulate tack. M-tack on, tail off tailspin take a back seat to. No damn tack take a beating take one's cues from ma take hold. Take inventory, of take it or, leave it. CL disaster take kindly to ma take one's mind off T be taken aback take on take over take stock take the air take up take over bid take wing talk upon talk. Up T tally with. That result tally with surveys taken for the White House by Richard Worthland tamper tangible, tangled, tantalize, beat on to, mount to tantrum tap. Tax break. Asia's growth potential has hardly been tagged. Tar tar baby tar tariff tart op tattered tabby taunting tot tot ship to tax break tax credit tax evader tear gas teasing teaming teeter televangelist television plus evangel hist feet telling telltale temperance tenable tenderfoot tender offer. The whole system is so unjust that it is no longer tenable. Takeover bid tenement tenet tenor tenuous tenure $3 bill trillion terminal terrain following the radar terrorized testy tether Tex-Mex thought out theocratic therapist thermal thicket thorny thrash out $3 bill 3-dimensional dads to read time Newsweek 3 martini lunch threshold martini. We are on the threshold of a great new cycle of industrial growth. Thrift institution thriving throbbing throng throttle throw of fit throwback throw down gauntlet the gauntlet throw in the towel thrust thud thug thumbnail someone's nose at tip off thumping thwart thyroid tickle tidbit tidy up tight breaking vote casting vote be but tie down onodonto tiff tiger tight fisted tight knit tiller time share time tested tinder box genie tin pot tip off tiptoe tirade tissue tighten tit for tat tithing title titular toddle to one's name to the bone to the fort tog toil token told tone down tongue in cheek tongue tied tonic. The quickest acting tonic for the debtor countries is a drop in U.S. interest rates. Tony tool up toss a wrench into tooth and nail toothless top dog top heavy top off top of the line topple top priority the torrent topsy turvy tore up torture toss a wrench. The record-breaking torrent of trading was handled with ease. Into toss up totter tot up touch off touchy tough cookies. Several Latin American countries totter on the brink of default. Tour de force tousle toxic toxin toy with trace track down tracked trade gap trade off trade weighted value trafficker get away give back. Rather than cling to the past, they are eager to get on with the exciting task of building the new and here to get together get tough get up ghastly giant jibe gigadiness giddy giga gilt-edged gimmick gingerly billion jipper girl for girl give away give back apology give fits so give fits given give the creeps give the hook glacial gladiatorial gland glaring glasnost political openness glass house glaucoma gleefully glib vague glimmer of glint glitzy glowed gloom gloss over glower be glued to genie gamut ganglio ganglion gangway ganja garble gargantuan garish garner garrison town gaseous gasp gastroenterology general agreement on tariffs and trade gaudiness gaunt gaunt gear 2 general purpose genesis genetic genie general geopolitics gerrymander gesticulate get a rise out of get around 2 get by get one's ttad hands on get into one's head get off one's knees get on with. John Hinckley had got off and raised a nationwide furor about insanity and the law. Funny money. Furlough fuselage fusion fuss feudal. Fuzzy. Mobil Corp announced plans to spend billion in what eventually turned out to be a futile struggle to acquire Marathon Oil code Fuzzy. FG Gab about. Gadfly gadgetry. Gaff. Gag gaggle. Gain. Gain the foot. Hold gate. Galactic. All gallant. Galloping. Gallop hole. Galvanize. Gambit gamely. Manipulate. Mantle manure. Map out marmorod marginal markedly markup share marksmanship markup martial law mastermind matchet material matrix matron law maverick maximalist mayhem the mayoralty MBA culpa meter meal on wheels GNP plunged percent in the fourth quarter of before rising the meter percent in the second quarter GNP percent mealy-mouthed G measure up recruits who do not measure up are routinely fired mechanism meddlesome, Medifly Mediterranean fruit mediator fly medic, Medicaid medicine, cycle aid medication M. Macabre M. Machination, macrobiotic, macrophage, maddening, amagazine, magistrate, magnanimous magnetism, magnitude, mailed fist. Mainspring Main Street make a mock, bury of make the pitch for. Make believe make good, make head, wake, make ones, mark the made mince meat out of make mince, meat out of. Make off with make or break make shift make tick, malady, malfeasance amaline, malignant malinger malburish, mint. Malodorous mammogram. Mandicle the mandate mandatory, maneuver, manhandle manic the precise M lopsided lore. Lose feather lose one's grip lose one's nerve lounge lousy low ball. Lower the boom, lower the nuclear threshold low keyed, low profile. Lucid luck into. Lucrative LUDICROUS lumber. The People's Republic of China is lumbering along in its quest to modernize a vast but primitive econ. Omi L luminary. Luminary, lumpen, proletariat, lumped together, lunatic fringe lurch. The stock market leaped then lurched, and interest rates plunged and firmed. Lure lurk, lush lustily, lustrous, lusty, lymphomyelic lichen wilting, LSD limbo limply linchpin linear chip liquidate list. Listless, litany, literacy, litigation, litter, literal liturgy, livability live by one's, wits liven up live up to livid. Load down, with hell lone loathing. Be loath to lobbying local. Lobbyism local domes, tick content legislation locked in, lockstep, load, lodge. Log jam loiter lull. Long-standing, look-alike loophole loose and loop lop off. Let bygones be bygones lay off lay siege to lead Latin lean. Learn the hard way leash ledger, clearing, leeway left out in. The cold leg, legislature, legitimate, lemon, lengthy leprechaun. Let bygones be bygones. Her U.S. visit was a largely ceremonial exercise in letting bygones let down. Be bygones let down. Lethal, lethargic, lethal let out let up, leukemia level off leverage levity level headed. Liability, libel of libertarian lip. Lifeblood, life or lifespan lift, lightning rod like hell likelihood. Grub, grungy, grunt guarded, gubernatorial guesswork, gurfaw guideline, guile. Guinea pig, guise, Gulf War gullible. Gully, gulp down gumption, gumshoe home. It takes gumption to stick with longer-term solutions. Gunrunner gusher gushy, gusto gut. Gynecologist gypsy moth irate. Bout, bow out, box in, be boy wonder, brace for, bracing, brainchild, brainy, brandish brash, brass. Bravado, brave, bravura, brawler brawny, brazen bread and butter bread basket break down break even, break into the headlines break loose, breakthrough. PREAKDHROUGH, break with B, breathtaking. The most important long-range impact of the entire breakup will be to speed up the already breathtaking developments in telecommunications. Breezy, brethren. Brood bribery bridle at brigade brim with. Federal officials bridled at such statements. But bring around, to bring off. Bring to heel bring to his knees. They insisted that the project could be brought off brinkmanship bristle with brittle broach. Broadside. Brobbing, Nigian brochure browbeat, brush aside, brush fire brusqueness bubble with buck, BB bush. Unlike the prime rate, consumer lending rates have hardly budged at all. A budget buffer zone Buffett bugbear bugle call build-up built-in bulk. Airlines are only not the business buffeted by deregulation. Bulletproof bull session bullseye bully bulwark. Bum. Cab civil aeronautics board sea cable, cascades cache, cafe cacophonous cacophony, cadence, cotter kg son cajole. The workforce was cut by percent, through firing and attrition, while unions were cajoled into raising productivity percent. K-quark, calculating, calculus. C calibrate call it quits call off. Call the a person's bluff call to the colors callously. Campus C no camp he cancerous candidate. Candor, candy ass, canister, cannon fodder, cannonade canny cannon law cantankerous canvas cap. Caper capitalize on Capitol Hill. Capitulate capstone. Some aides billed President Reagan's speech as the capstone of his various disarmament proposals. See capsule. Caption, captive audience _ carcass carcinogen, card carrying, cardiac cardinal, cardiologist cardiovascular care Korean Cooperative for American Relief Everywhere See cargo, carnage, risk arouse, carriage trade carriageway carrier carrot and stick, carry away carry, the day carte blanche, carve up case, cash and, carry cash cow, cash crop cash in on cash strapped. Most of the cash-strapped Latin nations are steadily sinking ever more deeply into debt. Cassandra castigate. Cali cast one's lot with sea castrate casualty cataclysmic catalyze catapult cataract catastrophe catcall catch flat-footed catch on _ catch. Joseph Heller catch up. Categorical, cater to for cc catnap cats can caucus. X, catcom, computerized axial tomography. Date be caught off guard be caught short cauldron, cause celebra cup celebra causeway, cause to cavalier caveat cave. In, cavernous, cavity ceasefire, celebrity, cellular phone censured CENTRALIST serial. Chief Executive Officer. Cerebration CGD Chafe cerebrospinal certitude cervix, Confederation General du Travail, C. Chagrin. Chaise long, chalk up champion changed hands chaos charade chartered bank chasm, chassis, chasen, checkmate, chemical chew out chicanery chide for chemotherapy. Williams, President of the United States Chieftain. Steel workers, chided U.S. Steel for using money to buy up-to-date facile IDYs instead of improving its own U.S. Chimera chip away chip insert chisel. Choice choke off, choke point bottleneck choosy, choppy cord, chortle, christen, chromosome chronic chuck out. Chug circumspect, chummy chunk. Scores of brokerage firms bought huge chunks of stock for prices as high as dollars. Chunky, churlish, churn out. They have built mammoth Indus, tries to churn out steel and oil, drilling rigs cinch, circulation, circumference, circumscribe, circumspect. See circumvent. Cirrhosis see citadel cities. Clamber clamor clamp down, clandestine, clarion, class, it was a class act claw 8 clean. Slate clean up. Entrepreneurs with high-tech pandas are cleaning up clean cut, clearing house clear the decks. Clemency, clericsy and likely, cost of living index consumer price index client state, see cliffhanger toller clincher clink. Glasses. If it looks like Reagan is just clinking glasses with the Japanese, it will be a net political minus at home. Clip joint cloak and dagger clobber. Clockwork. Clog. Close call, close in close ranks see closed door closet, clot clothes horse cloture, cloud cuckoo, land clout. Clubby cluck clunk. Cluster, clutter with, coach, coalesce, coalescence, coalition coast. Coat tail. Collapse. Coax cobble together. Coddle codify coercion COFFERS cogent. His optimism on the future of Sino-American relations is based on cogent analysis and first-hand experience. See coherent, cohesion, cola cost of living adjustment cold feet, cold shoulder, cold turkey. Collapse, collar, collateral, collusion, colony C, come home to roost, come in with, come out with come to ahead come to grips with come to not come to power come up with come on. Comeuppance commandeer, commemorate commingle. Write down, write in candidate write off WX xenophobia's orography X-rated, Y. Yank yawning yawp, learn, yen for yield yipe yoki porky yonder yuppie. Yipe, young urban professionals with aid. Work road withdraw vengeance withdrawal, wither with good grace, withhold, withholding tax. With impunity within a whisker of within ear, shot of, with it wizardry wobble, waddly woeful. Wondrous, wound work off. Brown works off much of his tent, Zion by playing tennis work out, WORKING, capital working papers world weary, would be wow WRACK wrangling, wrap up freak wrenching rest from, wriggle ring right off. The British government is keeping its plans for negotiations this fall under tight wraps. White tie dinner. Wither, whittle, whiz kid, who World Health Organization wholesale wholeheartedly wholesome soup, whoosh, whopping, thwump wide-eyed, thump wide of the, mark be wild about wildcat will, whether they want it or not, willful. Hondurans were being drawn more deeply into the political turmoil willful, willies will hoe the, wisp willy-nilly wilt, wily, wimp, wimpish, wind down windfall wind, up wipe out windbaggery, wire work scaft, swinterwise crack, wispy, wistful, Welsh weaponry wear on weather, weave, wedlock be wedded to, wedge, day we bit we weed out, wee hours the way in with, weight, well documented well head well heeled well meaning well rounded, well thought out well to do, Welsh, welter, welter, when wheeler, dealer wheeze, when issued whiff while away, whimpering whimsical whimsy, wine whip out whipping boy, whipsaw whirl, whirligate, whirlwind, whistle blower a wit, white elephant want out, waver war chest ward off, where warhead warily warm to war powers act war and one's hest declaration of war, war hoop, wash down waterfront, watering hole, watershed, waver. Many investors sensed that another economic watershed had been reached. Keywords to read time, Newsweek wavering. The president has never wavered in his belief that only the rapid aimer, like a military buildup can induce the USSR to negotiate seriously on arms control despite the weak and wavering economy. The British are feeling bold wax and wane waylay a way of life way out wayward weakling wean from the arms deal, the administration hopes, will help wean India away from its principal weapons supplier, the Soviet Union. Vulnerability vista vitals vitriolic, vituperative, vivisection vocal, vociferous. Volatile volition, voltaic face, voluble voracious vortex. The international organization is caught in a political vortex voucher, vulnerability, G. Wage whack one's finger at whale waver walk away from walked out wallow Walter W. Mitty-ish. As Argentina wallowed in Kung Fu, science, Britain's Thatcher remained uncompromising. J.G. Thurber The Secret Life of Walter Mitty Wanderlust, waggle wanton, vilification vertical integration veterinarian veto, vexing, viable dial, vibes, vibra, vicarsion, vice versa, vicissitude victim v videotex, vi for vigil, vigilant, vigilante vignette, vilification, vilified vindicate. That vindicates President Reagan's view that the recession was the bitter price that had to be paid for future healthy growth. Vindication vindicative. Vintage viral. Viral, virility, virologist virtual, v virtuosity, v virulent vis avis visceral visitum. This is the most virulent inflation in peacetime American history. Z. Type of the Veterans Administration vacillate. Vagary, vagrant, valedictorian valiant. Validity, valor valorous, vanguard, vanquish vantage point variable variant, VAT vault value added tax. Vaunt, vector. The dollar has been on an upward vector against nearly all the world's major currencies. Vegetation, vehemently, vein, velocity vena cava vendet, venerable, venerate, venereal, vengeance, venomous, ventriloquism, venture verbatim verdict versatile. The versatile chips can be tailored in small batches to meet the special needs of individual customers. Vertebrae. Upshot unyielding be up and about up for grabs, up in arms, up to snuff, up to the minute, up and comer, upbeat, upbraid, upend, upfront, upheaval, uphill, upmarket upper hand uprising uproar, uproot, upscale upshot. The upshot of this is that the unemployment rate in July hit %. Upstager New York upward evaluation downward reval, Asian urbane, urinate earn US comptroller of the usher. Currency usher in user usury utility. Unscrupulous unflappability, unflappable, unfurl unheated, unhipped, general unleash unicameral unimpeachable, United Nations Secretary, ed unnerving unobtrusively. Unperturbed, unprecedented, unpretentious, unraveled, unreconstructed, unregenerate, unremitting, unrest unruffled, unruly unsavory, unscrupulous, see unseat, unseat, unsecured loan, unsettling, unshackled, unsoiled, unsparing, unstuck, unsubstantiated, unsung, unswerving, untangle, untapped. The area perhaps contains some of the richest untapped deposits of oil and gas in the U.S. Untenable, unwavering, unwholesome, unwittingly, fault, faux pas, food pas, fawn, on phase, fealty, faint feet, feather bed, feather bearing feature, febrile, feckless, Federal Reserve Board, fidati, feeble, feedstock, feeler, feel one's oats, faint, feisty. The White House, faint, unhappy, nests at the broadcaster's head, violated the president's privacy. Feisty, felicitous, felon, fence, fend off, feral, ferret out. His real mission is to ferret out Libyan director Muammar Gaddafi's secrets. Very fertile, fest, songfest, also tino, fester, festoon, fetch, financial community, federal, feudal, FHA, Federal Housing Administration, fiasco, fickle, fiddlesticks, fiddle with, fidget, thief, field, say field day, fiendishly, figment, figurehead, filch, one's film, fill in, filthy, financial community, financial cushion, financier, financial cushion, fine-tune, finger, finish off, firebrand, first meant first priority, the fish or cut, bait, fishy, fish and fisher. It also caused fissure within the Indian Army giant, fitful, fixation, fizzle out, gassed, I was a little flabbergasted, flabby, flaccid, flax, flip-flop, flagging, flagrant, flagship, flared, flak jacket, flaky, flamboyance, flap, flat out, flatteringly, flaw, fledgling, fleeting, a flight, capital, flim-flam, flimsy, flinch, fling, flip-flop, flirtation, flirt with, floor broker, flipside, flop, flotilla, flounder, flourish, fluctuation, fluke, flunk out, flurry, flush with, flux, flyers, flying colors, flight, the coop, the U.S. Department of Foggy Bottom, foggy, foist, down upon, fold, state-old, forecasty, follow suit, folly, foment, foreground. Cole has a forecasting manner that contrasts sharply with the coolly autocratic air of the punished Schmidt. The danger is not that the organization will foment the popular uprising, but that it will provoke a military takeover, fondle, food industry, foolproof, foot-dragging, forage, forate, foreboding, foreclosed, foreground, Keywords to read: TIMIL, Foreman, Forensic, Foreign Relations Committee, Foreshadow, forestalk, foretaste, forfeit, forged, forged ahead, forgive, forego, forlorn, forswear, forthcoming. Egypt's President Mubarak and Jordan's King Hussein were more forthcoming last week. Fortuitous, foul up, thunder, foursome, rare, foursquare, fracas, fractious, fragmentation, fragmented, frame of, frantic, fratricidal, fraud with frame, phrasal, FRB, freak out, freebie, the Federal Reserve Board, mold, the Federal Reserve Bank, free for all, freestanding, three-wheeling, freighter, rare. Keywords to read: time, Newsweek, fret, friable, friction, fringe, frisky, further away, frolic, frothy, frugality. A conservative government has been preaching frugality and budget cutbacks. Fudge, full-fledged, fulmination, fulsome, fumble, for fume, fumigate, functionary, fundamental, hist, fundamental, science, funnel, fabled, fabrication, facade, face down, facelift, face off, facile, faction, faint-hearted, fair weather, fait accompli, fit fall flat, fall for fall into place, fallacy. The fallacy of the past years has been that technology will save us. Keywords to read: time, Newsweek, fallback, falling out. In Iacocca came to Chrysler after a falling out with Henry Ford that cost him the presidency of Ford Motor Co. Fallout, fallow, falter, famine, fanatical, fandango, farcical, fair, be well, far-fetched, far-flung, farm belt, me FB, far out, fat cat, fathom, extrapolate, exorcise, experience, expeditionary force, expel, expense, account, expertise, expire, the exploit, explosive, exposed, exposure, expropriate, extenuating externality, XTINCT, extol, extort, extraditable, extradite, extralegal, extraordinaire, extrapolate, extravaganza, extravaganza, extremism, extricate, exuberant, exude, exult, exultantly, eyeball to, eyeball, esoteric, evanescent, espionage, espousal. They are widely known for their espousal of conservative political and economic ideas, espouse esteem, the estimate, edge ethos. The people of many Asian countries seem to share an ethos of self-sacrifice for the common good. Euphoric, missile, sclerosis, evacuation, evaluate, evanescent. Even money, even-handed. Ness, evaporate. Vivid, events, evolution, exacerbate, exalted, exasperated, excavation, exchange, excise, exclaim, stabilization fund, excoriate, execute, exegesis, exempt, exhilarating, exhort, exhortation, exile, exonerate, from a entourage, ventura, entrapment, entreat, entrench. Equal time provisions. Business dining is entrenched in the American way of life. Entrepreneur, environmental protection / envision and envoy, enzyme, EPA, epic, epidemic agency, epidemiologist, epileptic, epiphany, epistolary, epithet, epitome, epitomize, equalizer, equal time provisions, equanimity, equanimity, equation, equity, equities, equity market equivalent, equivocally, era, equal rights amendment, eradication, erasure, erode, fair, erotic. The cost of borrowing money has been shockingly erotic for 3 years. Erupt, ISO, escapade, escape, hatch, yes to escrow, dabble in, dainty, dabblings, dam, damming, dampen. The sagging U.S. economy has created an unexpected glut that is dampening sales. Damper, dangle, tank, dapperly daring,